Hi everyone, my name is B. Varun. I am from CSC D section. Today's my tech talk topic is hydrogen, automotive fuel of the future. The contents in my topic are introduction, why hydrogen, where will hydrogen come from, methods of protection, storage, advantages, disadvantages, can hydrogen be the fuel of the future, is hydrogen environment friendly, conclusion. Continue to the next slide. Introduction. Hydrogen fuel is a zero-carbon fuel burned with oxygen, provided it is created in a zero-carbon way. It means hydrogen is a zero-carbon fuel. It does not have any pollution. Next point, it can be used in fuel cells or internal combustion engines. Regarding hydrogen vehicles, hydrogen has begun to be used in commercial fuel cells such as passenger cars and has been used in fuel cell buses for many years. It is used as fuel for spacecraft propulsion. In early 2020, most hydrogen is produced by steam methane reforming of fossil gas. Only a small quantity is made by alternative routes such as biomass gasification or electrolysis of water, solar thermochemistry, a solar fuel with no carbon emissions. It means that the uh, hydrogen is mostly produced by steam methane reforming of fossil gas at present, but there are alternative methods of production of hydrogen such as biomass gasification, electrolysis of water, solar thermochemistry, a solar fuel with no carbon emissions. Continue to the next slide. The weight of hydrogen is less than air. It rises in the atmosphere and is therefore rarely found in pure form, H2. It means the hydrogen weighs less than air. And also it is not found in purest form. It needs to be extracted. In a flame of pure hydrogen gas burning in air, the hydrogen H2 reacts with oxygen O2 to form H2O and releases energy. 2H2 plus O2 gives rise to 2H2O plus energy. The energy released enables hydrogen to act as a fuel. In an electrochemical cell, that energy can be used with relatively high efficiency. If it is used simply for heat, the usual thermodynamics limits on the thermal efficiency applied. Hydrogen is an energy carrier that can transform our fossil fuel dependent economy into a hydrogen economy, which can provide an emission free transportation fuel. It means that hydrogen can change our economy from fossil fuel economy to a hydrogen economy. It uh, it decreases pollution. There will be no emissions. There will be no pollution. Continuing to the next slide. Why hydrogen? Hydrogen is the best perfect fuel because it can be produced from a variety of energy resources. It satisfies all energy needs, from transportation to electric power generation. It is the least polluting since it use produces water. It is a perfect carrier for solar energy in that it offers solar energy as a storage medium. It is derived from the most abundant element in the universe. Hydrogen fuel is clean, flexible, and energy efficient. That's why hydrogen is a perfect fuel because it has many resources. It satisfies all energy needs from transportation to power generation. It is less polluting. It is derived from the most abundant element in the universe. Continuing to the next slide, where will hydrogen come from? Because pure hydrogen does not occur naturally on Earth in large quantities. It usually requires a primary energy input to produce on an industrial scale. Hydrogen fuel can be produced from methane or by electrolysis of water. Steam methane reforming, the current leading technology for producing hydrogen in large quantities, extracts hydrogen from methane. However, this reaction releases carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide into the atmosphere, which is greenhouse gases exogenous to the natural carbon cycle and thus contribute to climate change. In electrolysis, energy is run through water to separate the hydrogen and oxygen atoms. Obtaining hydrogen from this process is being studied as a viable way to produce it domestically at a low cost. It means hydrogen does not occur naturally on Earth. Naturally on Earth, that too in large quantities. That's why it needs to be extracted from. It needs to be extracted on an industrial scale. Hydrogen can be produced from methane and electrolysis of water. Currently, the most used method for producing hydrogen fuel is steam methane reforming. But this method releases fossil carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide into the atmosphere, which is indirectly polluting, which is directly polluting our atmosphere, and it leads to global warming. In electrolysis, energy is run through water to separate the hydrogen and oxygen atoms. This is better way because it does not pollute water. It does not release any gases, anything. It's pollution free, and also it generates electricity. Continuing to the next slide, methods of production of hydrogen: steam methane reforming, electrolysis, using microbes that use light to make hydrogen, converting biomass into gas or liquids, and separating the hydrogen, using solar energy technologies to split hydrogen from water molecules. Storage: compressed hydrogen in hydrogen tanks at 350 bars and 700 bars is used for hydrogen tank systems in vehicles based on Type 4 carbon composite technology. Hydrogen has a low volumetric energy density at ambient conditions compared with gasoline and other vehicle fuels. It must be stored in a vehicle either as a supercooled liquid or as highly compressed gas, which require additional energy to accomplish. Continuing to the next slide, advantages of hydrogen fuel. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe. It is more powerful and energy efficient than fossil fuels produced from many primary energy sources. It is the most versatile fuel. The use of hydrogen reduces pollution. Hydrogen is a renewable energy. Although hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe, it should be extracted from other energy sources. But primarily in present, we are extracting it from steam methane process. But but in future, there are methods. There are methods like electrolysis of water through which we can extract hydrogen with pollution free, without any pollution, without any emissions. So this is also an advantage. Hydrogen is the more powerful and efficient than fossil fuels. Hydrogen is a renewable energy. Unlike these fossil fuels, there are non-renewable energies. Continuing to the next slide, disadvantages of hydrogen fuel. Hydrogen is currently expensive, but maybe decreased in future, maybe less expensive in future. Hydrogen has low density, so it has to be compressed to a liquid state and stored at low temperatures to guarantee its effectiveness and efficiency. Hydrogen is highly flammable and volatile substance. Hydrogen does not generally exist in the free state, rather it occurs in compound, so other energy sources have to be used to separate it. Continuing to the next slide, can hydrogen be the fuel of future? Hydrogen is the fuel of future. Hydrogen is an energy carrier that can transform our fossil fuel dependent economy into a hydrogen economy, which can provide an emission free transportation fuel. But hydrogen and storage and transport are the issues of intense research due to hydrogen's characteristic of low density. Hydrogen is an energy carrier that can be used in internal combustion engines or fuel cells, producing virtually no greenhouse gas emissions when combusted with oxygen. The only significant emission is water vapor. Hydrogen production and storage is currently undergoing extensive research. Such a solar hydrogen system can provide the means of a totally emissions-free method of producing hydrogen. Although steam reformation of methane is currently the major route to hydrogen production, the emissions involved can be controlled much more efficiently than our current system of transportation fuel. It means that hydrogen can transform our fossil fuel dependent economy into hydrogen economy, which will provide us emission free emission free transportation. Hydrogen storage and transportation is a little bit issue, but research is going on. But intense research is going on in that. Hydrogen is an energy carrier that can be used in internal combustion engines and fuel cells, producing producing no greenhouse gases emissions. The only significant emission is water vapor. Continuing to the next slide, is hydrogen environment friendly? Hydrogen fuel is considered as environment friendly. Hydrogen is a clean, flexible energy source to support zero carbon energy strategies. Hydrogen fuel cells provide an inherently clean source of energy with no adverse impact during operation, as the byproducts are simply heat and water. It means that hydrogen is a friendly fuel. It is clean, pollution free, zero carbon. It does not have adverse environmental impact because the products after the emissions are heat and water. So hydrogen is a environment friendly fuel. Continuing to the next slide, conclusion. In the near term, hydrogen is made in large scale central facilities using fossil fuels such as natural gas or coal with concurrent CO2 sequestration. Steam reformation of natural gas is a benchmark technology for hydrogen production in the future. In long term, hydrogen will be produced using renewable and nuclear resources that do not require CO2 sequestration. Hydrogen production will be carried out in large-scale facilities that take advantage of economy of scale. When hydrogen is produced using renewable resources, then the pollution decreases. Thank you.